Hey everyone. Sorry it's been a little while. Just kind of been busy with school lately. Just gonna try and make this as short as possible. Finally got around to making my first cross guard lightsaber. This is irritating me a little bit. I didn't actually put this in as far as I wanted to. I just kind of twisted them around real quick. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it for a long time, and I decided that I'm just gonna make one because I feel like there's only one other video that I know of that actually explains really well on how to make, you know, a reasonable priced and relatively user friendly crossguard lightsaber. And it's uh, Jake that I watch a lot. Um, the only problem that I noticed with his lightsaber, and I'm not saying, I mean, it's not really his fault. I mean, it's how he wanted to make it. Is the fact that he didn't put any other anything inside of the tubes, as far as I could tell. Which is obviously it's fine. He doesn't actually use anything aside from just special, like Photoshop to make the blades. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over myself a lot. Um, and I just don't have that. One and two, that's not why I make them. Is I'm actually going to eventually put electronics in here so they can actually light up. And so the problem with not putting any tubes in here, whether it's flush or angled or whatever, is the fact that, and I feel really dumb for this, and I'm gonna be honest about it though, is I found out in a really terrible way that PVC is not measured by outer diameter; it's measured by inner diameter. Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of not so good comments about that I should have known, but I don't know. I just heard, oh yeah, get 1 inch PVC a long time ago when I wanted to make some lightsabers, and I thought, oh, okay, it's 1 inch in diameter. I didn't really think it was anything more than that. So, and to be honest, I didn't even measure because, again, I'm stupid and didn't think about it. But I did eventually measure. I was like, you know what, that's not correct. So, um, I don't know if you've seen, I can't remember if I put any videos up before I was making before I knew that, I was using 1 1/4 inch pieces of tubing because the 1 inch tubes would slide in there relatively easy. So, okay, whenever I buy a lightsaber blade, a polycarbonate tube is what they use, then it would fit in the 1 1/4 inch. Didn't quite work out like that because of obvious reasons. So, after that, then I started making lightsabers the correct way. So, it would just be, a 1 inch PVC tube, and then a 1 inch polycarbonate tube would fit inside of that. So then I could throw all the electronics in and make intricate designs with like couplers and all that kind of jazz. So, getting to where we are here. That's the reason why you want to put pipe inside of a cross section of a PVC lightsaber. Because if I were to pop this off, and it's kind of hard to do, especially with just one hand, if you were to pop this off and try to put a polycarbonate blade in there, like you're supposed to, or any kind of 1 inch in diameter blade, it's not gonna work. It's gonna be too loose. So if you like the look of it just being flush, like how he did it, which is again fine, I'm not bashing him. Then you can just stick a tube in there and cut it flush. Is kind of what I try to do here, but I didn't cut it quite flush, so I was like, I'll just nick it a few times, make it look like it's really, really old. I still need to do a lot more weathering and stuff, but yeah. So, and then for the size, I was like, I don't want it to just be, normal like this. It didn't look good to me. Or, no, that's just my opinion, again. I also didn't want it angled down because it's how Kylo's kind of is. It's more of like a slope. So I cut it at an angle and then put it in the other way. The reason why it's down like this is because next Monday I'm going to be going to school as Kylo. So I thought it was just appropriate to switch these down for now. Then later on I'll just pop them out, switch it, and pop it in. And then once after that's done, I'll just leave it at the top, probably use some PVC cement. Or whenever I get my blades, I'll just put the blade retention screws a little bit deeper, so then these stay put and the blade stays put. So, it was, again, really easy. You just had to kind of use your imagination a little bit. It's just a cross piece, 1 inch, a lot of 1 inch tube. And for the pommel, which doesn't want to twist off right now. Give me one sec. Alright, sorry about that. And it fell. Okay, so the pommel, I used a threaded end piece slip joint thing. I can't exactly remember, but you just kind of have to look at it and you'll find it. And another thing, go to Lowe's for PVC pieces. They always have, I wouldn't say more, but it seems to me that they have a better like if you have to, again, if you had to decide between Home Depot or Lowe's, go to Lowe's, because it seems like to me they have a lot better of a selection for things that would look lightsaber-y, and a lot more pieces that actually like fit together. So I got a threaded male piece and a threaded female piece. So now what I can do is I can put a stopper in the end here, and then shove all the pieces or like the electronics in there, and then twist it off, rather than just having a slip-on, slip-off end cap, which can be a little problematic. This way it's a little bit more secure, and I don't have to worry about gluing the entire pommel on. I can actually put like a screw here or cement or something, but then I can still take the actual end piece off. So, and then for the center here, I was going to put a coupler, and then I decided that was probably going to be a bit much, so I just left it blank. So, yeah, really not that hard. Just really look for pieces and kind of decide, yeah, I can make that work. And you can also use a Dremel too to like put rings in here if you wanted. You can sand down these pieces. And if you're not going to be doing heavy dueling, like, I mean, you shouldn't be doing heavy dueling. I mean, you can do light dueling. But even then, if you put like hot glue on here, even light dueling, that stuff will fly away. But if you just plan on using it for a prop, you can also glue things on with just hot glue. Super glue will just pop right off, probably easier than hot glue in my opinion. So, yeah, I really like it, how it came out, and it's really simple. So, yeah.